Hey guys, Irish Turtle here, and welcome back to FTB Infinity. This is the third episode in my series, and in today's episode I'm planning on showing you guys how to make a quarry and how to power it, and that's the main plan of this episode. But first of all, as I promised you guys, I would show you my planter harvester setup completely working, so here it is. As you can see, I now have it all sorted out. The harvester now harvests the trees properly. If we come down here, we can see that I've set it up slightly differently. Everything is powered in. I have 2 redstone furnaces now, sort of the one to cope with the extra wood that I've been getting through here. There is also, as you can see, an extra crate here for extra storage of wood. And then this goes into a void pipe. Same thing happens here with the saplings, and that goes into the same void pipe. Also, for those of you who don't know how the system works, with the Buildcraft pipes, the clay pipe here will attempt to input into a box before it tries to, or into some sort of device before it tries to input into any kind of other pipe. So the idea of this was that it would input into the box first, and if it doesn't go in there, it will then go into the void pipe. Same system works on all of these. They go for the clay ones first. If this is full, it will go to the next thing, clay again, it's into here. If this is full, it goes into here. The system then works on the charcoal, is then burned and comes out of here. It then goes straight into these 2 steam dynamos. I've created a hardened energy cell, which I'll show you guys how to make at a later point. This is to store the energy, and again, then it just takes the energy when it needs it and fuels the planter, harvester, and redstone furnaces. Then if you look on here, I've implemented a further system, which again is done by clay pipes. Takes it up here, around here, through here, and then it takes it to the ender chest here, which is currently full, or it takes it further up into the better barrels as you saw above, which are then finally finished with a void pipe at the bottom down here. So these will hopefully fill up once I get it, and that will be solved. See now, as it goes, the saplings are taken down, and the wood will be there. So that's the basic quarry system, as I promised you guys I'd show you. So today's episode, as I said, would be showing you the quarry system. However, there was also one small promise I made last episode, and this was to show you guys the elevator system. I have it working here, actually. As you can see, it takes me down to my new storage area for all of my different minerals and ores. And again, all you have to do is go on it, press space, and it takes you up. So I'm going to quickly show you guys how to make one of those, and then we'll get into the main part of the episode. So, for this, I need wool and an ender pearl. So, the recipe is very simple. It's simply all the wool with an ender pearl around it. This makes an elevator block. Now, thankfully, these blocks work on a very simple basis. As long as you've got one, I believe it's within 20 blocks of another, you can place it, and then all you have to do is press space or shift, and it takes you up and down. This can still work in conjunction if there are blocks in the way, provided they are still 20 apart. Or within 20 apart, rather. So, that's everything I promised from last episode, and on to today's. So, the main way of fueling a quarry is through dynamos again. Now, a lot of ways you'd think would be simple. You could just do it with charcoal, you could do it with a steam dynamo and burn it off. But there are actually other ways that are more efficient. Now, today my plan is to use magmatic dynamos. These are slightly more expensive, they require a bit more time to make. However, they're going to make the quarry run a lot faster. So, to begin with, as I'll show you, you need to make the quarry. This is probably the easiest thing. I'll probably end up starting to make an ender quarry later on, and I'll show you guys how to do that. But to begin with, we want a basic quarry. Now this needs iron gears, gold gears, diamond pickaxe, and some redstone. Now, thankfully, as you'll see, I have everything in this chest. So, what we need is diamond, gold, and iron gears. So if I get the iron gear, okay, it's being a bit funny, but I have pre-made the stone gears for this. I'm going to need the iron, gold, and diamond. So, to begin with, we make the iron gear. So there are other ways of doing it, but I'm going to do it with the stone because it's slightly cheaper by 1 iron. So we do that, and that will make that. So I need 7 of these. Right, so we have 7 iron gears. Now, I need to keep 3 of those aside, so 1, 2, 3, and then the rest will turn into gold. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. 4. So then we have our 2 golden gears. So again, we'll put them over here. And then we make the final bit, which is the diamond gears. These are slightly more expensive as they require 4 diamonds to make each one. However, as you know, it's not a late game, but it's going to cost a fair bit to make these sorts of things. So I also need some wood. So fortunately, I was prepared. I have my oak wood planks here. I actually need another one. Wasn't thinking. 1, 2. So we make these. Get our sticks. Create our diamond pickaxe. And there we go. So these are all the bits I need. So actually, I also need 1 redstone. Forget my quarry, and I shift click. No, sometimes it doesn't work. Right. So anyway, diamond pickaxe, gold, iron, and diamonds. And there is the quarry. Now, the next thing I'm going to need to make are my magmatic dynamos. So, my plan is to have an endless supply of magma coming from the nether. So, I'm going to need to make around 7 of these. That would be 1 to power the ender pump, and the other one is to power the quarry. The other 6 are to power the quarry. Now, what I need to make first of all is invar. Now, for those of you who don't know, there's a very simple recipe. All I need to do is put one pulverized ferrous down here, and 2 pulverized iron, and that makes me 3 invar blend. So I'm going to pop these into here to cook up, and while that's cooking up, we're going to make 7 redstone reception coils. So these are very simple. We simply need some silver, which I appear not to have. So I'm going to need 7 silver. So I'm going to go back down here quickly and grab that. Where's my silver? There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll go back up again. Right. So place our silver in the middle. Redstone that, and we make our 7 reception coils. Hopefully we should have some invar already. There's my invar, 26 blocks already. So, then obviously you can make the invar cogs through the iron method. So, hang on. So I'm going to need 4 times by 7, 14 of these. So this may take a little while. So I'm just going to make these quickly. What's going on here? My mouse is being a bit funny. Right, so that's 6 with 2 left over. So unfortunately I haven't got quite enough, but we now have more. So I'm going to make my first. I'll make my first one just to show you guys how it's done. Go around. There we go. Magmatic dynamo. So I'm going to need to make 6 more of these. So actually no, I'll make them here. They're not going to take long. Put that back in there. Obviously this is quite expensive to make because of the amount of materials it takes to make. So I'm actually going to need 12 more of these. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'll just make them as they come. Make it a bit easier. And then we have the invar. That. And double up. Now I have 3, so I just need 4 more. Starting to worry I might run out of invar. So that's enough for 4, so that's 2 more. That's 3 more, so we'll get those done. Dun, 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 dun. Just need a little bit more. as I said, this is probably the longest part of the episode, just me quickly making these. So once these are out of the way, hopefully we'll then be swimming along quite quickly. So while I'm doing this, I'm actually going to discuss with you guys a little bit about the quarries. So as you guys know or don't know, a lot of the Minecraft instruments are all fueled by RF, redstone flux. This is the type of power that comes from dynamos. Now, quarries themselves have a certain point where they can't take any more power, and they just start to level off. So if you imagine it, it's a bit like an escalator going up and up and up and up and up, and then it just levels off. And no matter how much more power you give to it, it's pointless. It's not worth it. So I was reading around the internet for a while, and I came across what people believe to be the best number, and most people have said they think 6 is probably the best number for fueling a quarry. Past that, they recommend that it's actually better to have a second quarry running at the same time, because past 6, you're not going to be getting anything decent out of it. It's just a waste of time and a waste of energy. So, like I said, the next thing for this is actually going to be the Ender pump. So if we go pump, we click on here. Oop, let me click on that. Right, it's pump. So for this, it's not cheap, but it's worth it. So we'll get the reinforced obsidian first. So that is an ender pearl surrounded by obsidian on 4 sides. So that's that. We then have. Ooh, what am I doing? I can't do that, can I? No, didn't think so. What was going on there? An iron pickaxe, which fortunately I have one pre-set up. A water bucket and a lava bucket, which again I believe I have preset and ready for this. And a diamond. I actually think I might be short on diamonds at the minute now, as I appear to have used them up. However, as I've been between this episode and the last episode collecting materials, here is. Ooh, well, here's 2. I only want 1. There's 1. So, I think that's everything I need to make this ender pump. So we go, do it over. Can I do it like this? Sometimes it's a bit iffy. Oh, hang on, I realised one little thing. The ender pearl needs to be an ender eye. Now this is simply achieved through doing this. And, oop, didn't need the cauldron. and this makes an ender eye. So we get that. Now, if I click this, should be able to shift click. Nope, apparently not. Oh well, just normally click. Okay, so we'll put the lava, water, diamond, eye of the end. 3, 4. And we have our ender pump. And we get our 2 buckets back. Now, I need a couple more things, and we should be ready. I'm going to need the kinesis pipes and such. I'm also going to need some fluid transport pipes. Now, not thought of which type I'm going to use actually when I'm sat here, but I'm thinking my best bet would be nodes, these liquid transfer nodes here. It's a bit more expensive to make, but it's probably going to get me a bit more for my buck, really. And they're expensive to make, but they're not overly expensive, you know. It's better in the long run. So I'm going to come back to that actually, and I'm going to make myself an ender tank. Oops, tank. There we go. So this is what I'm going to need as well. So that's going to be. I'm actually going to make 2 of these. Thinking of that. So I'm going to have to grab some extra of you. Okay, let's make these. That's cauldron. My mouse is being a bit funny. 2 bits of wool. 2 obsidian. 2 blaze rods on either side. And some more ender pearls, which fortunately I have some more spare. There's 1. And I'm just going to quickly go and grab a bit more obsidian. And there's 2. So, That's my ender tanks, my magnetic dynamos. I have some ender chests pre-repaired, as I showed you guys how to make those last time. I'm actually going to show you guys now a quick setup I've done before I get all this sorted out. I've been making these transfer pipes that I'm about to show you to make, and I've decided that the idea was that I'm going to have a completely massive sorting system, where all of the things are going to go into here, into this black and purple. I've then got 2 of these redstone engines pumping out into a wooden transport pipe, into a golden chest. This then uses the transfer node system from extra utilities and takes either the ores into here, which I've made an individual barrel for each ore. These then feed into these chests here, and we'll then put it in the pulverizer and then the redstone furnace, which again will then sort it out and place it here. Now anything that's not an ore will be placed directly into here instead, and we'll have them just build up in here. Now, as I said, I'm going to make a quick transfer pipe for liquids, as well, it's going to be probably the best bet I have for doing anything quickly. So we'll go transfer node, liquid. So I'm going to need like a sorting pipe first, which is just a transfer pipe. Hang on, there's the quicker way to make one. I know there is. Crossover pipe. Nope. Filter pipe. Nope. Where is it? Okay, so let's just do it with the. I just need to make some transfer pipes first. So I need some stone slabs, some glass, and that. So we'll go over to here. And make some stone slabs. Those are cobblestone. I'm going to need to make a few more, so I'm just going to stick those in there quickly. Right, so while that's doing that, I'm going to need to collect some redstone. Fortunately, I'm prepared. So, now we have 3 stone. I'm going to create some transfer pipes. Which is stab, slab, slab, redstone, and I believe we have some glass. Look at that, I am properly prepared, I am. Everything almost ready. And there we go, there's my transfer pipes. Now I need to make the transfer node, which just needs transfer pipes with some redstone to make a sorting pipe. Crossover pipe, that'll do. Does the same job. Block of redstone, which is simple enough to make. Bucket. Fortunately, I have 2 iron ingots. Oh, this mouse has been really fiddly at the minute. And 2 bits of lapis, which again I have prepared down here. There. 2. So, right, so we have transfer nodes, we have our diamond transport pipe, have my ender tanks. I believe I actually have everything ready. Oh, I need my end. I need the ender chest. So that's everything. So, we're going to head over to the nether. I'll chuck that over here. Oh, and for those of you who are wondering what this was, it is a chunk loader. Hopefully you guys know what it is, but if you don't, all it does is it keeps a certain area of the world loaded in constantly, regardless if I'm here or not. So if I turn this on, you see this laser beam coming around. Anything that's within this laser beam remains loaded. So the idea of that is that no matter how far away, whether I'm in the overworld, the underworld, the nether, the end, wherever I am, this area will stay loaded, which means that my harvester planter, any machines I have running, will keep running. Now, for those of you that are playing on servers, there are a couple of things to worry about. One of them is lag and lag busting. Now, the bonus thing is this endothermic pump is a great lag buster for any of you guys that are worrying. There's no trouble with it. It's very easy to use. It doesn't take up much server time and usage. So if you see here, guys, I've actually just hollowed out a section of the nether, made a couple of tunnels. I've blocked off a little area here where I first spawned in. I've messed about with some nether brick, and I found the underground fortress where I got my blaze rods from. And then if you come over here, I've actually started to make. It was more like a tower, but it goes right down to the bottom, and I've used some elevators again, as you can see here, and they take me right down to the lava. So the plan is that you put your endothermic pump here, and you place dynamo here. And I've just realised I've not got a crescent hammer, which is going to be a pain, so I'm actually going to just quickly grab that, because I'm an idiot. So yeah, the idea is that once I do it, I place the pump down, I make sure the power is going straight in, and the idea is the endothermic pump will collect lava. The lava then goes out of that into the magmatic dynamo that powers it. That then goes into, where is my crescent? There it is. Into the ender tank, and that ender tank then travels and travels and travels to where my quarry is going to be, which is over there. Now, I'm going to quickly, once I've done this, I'm going to do a quick cut, I think, and I'll be at the quarry. Once I'm there, I'm going to show you guys how that's all going to be set up. I'll probably end up getting some quarry markers, which is simply redstone torches with lapis on top of them, which makes a quarry marker. So, once I've done that, you guys will see what I'm on about. So, whoop. Oh, that was a mistake. I'm going to have to fix that. Oh, it's not been a good day. It's not been a good day. Right, so we have our liquid transfer node on top. And that goes to here and here. So now, if I get my bucket, right click on the lava. Okay, I'm on fire. This is not going well at all. Right, while that's killing me, I'm going to put lava into there. Okay. Right, anyway. So now this is powered with lava. This is now taking power, and thankfully, as we can see, this ender tank is now filling. So, this will constantly be powered. It's not going to run out. As you see, it's just going to keep filling up, and this is going to start taking lava from around here, and it covers it over with cobblestone. This is hopefully going to be a large enough lava lake that it's not going to run out anytime soon. So we're going to head up here, and I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay guys, so what I've done is I've placed my quarry down, I placed my landmarks down, and then I just right clicked it so it was red, so it had the entire area hooked out, and then I put the quarry down. Now the reason for having it here over an ocean biome is quite simple. It's, as the quarry digs down, it can sometimes encounter lava. The lava, obviously as an issue, it will stop quarrying. With the water on top, it means that the quarry will keep going as the water is turned into obsidian. Now, as you can see here, I've obviously... and the actually, hang on. The other main reason, actually, is, without even saying it, completely forgetting, is that it's quicker just getting down to the ground, you know? There's less stuff to go through. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my magmatic dynamos down. I'm actually going to get 6x6, so going to have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now these are all going to feed into this. So the next plan is to get the crescent hammer, right click, so they're all facing the right way. There we go. And that one. And that one. And that one. So now what will happen is they should all start to produce power when I add that. So now with the kinesis pipes, as shown before, simply put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take my golden kinesis pipe, which I've created, and they will now feed directly into the quarry. My plan then is to get diamond, place the diamond on top like so, and now I need to create a bin. Now, my original plan was to create the trash can and the ender chest. Now, with the setup I've got back at base, fortunately, I only need to place that there and that there. The only thing I don't want is seaweed and maybe algae. I wasn't actually paying attention there at all. Blue. That needs to go through blue. Everything else should go through here. Actually, tell you what, I don't even need the bin. Thinking about it, all I want to do really is have everything, and I mean everything, pretty much, come straight through and into there. Although thinking about that, I don't even need a wooden transport pipe because it should eject immediately. So I'll probably come back and replace this with a golden one or something that's slightly better. So I'll use that trash can probably elsewhere, and you know, just have that for well, not a rainy day, but for something else. So place that down, and actually I realise I've forgotten something again. I need my liquid transfer nodes. So I'm going to be right back. I'm going to sort out another one of those, and I'm going to sort out my transfer pipes, and I'll be right back. Right, so I now have my liquid transfer node, which shall go on. What am I doing? You need to go on here, like that. And I then have them feeding into here through these. These will now start to power, which is now powering my quarry. Now, obviously, this will start to build, and once it's built, it will obviously start to mine down, and that should hopefully mean that I'll start to get materials, which is obviously one of the most annoying parts. Well, it's not the most annoying, but it's one of the longer parts of the game, you know, getting the materials. Now, the other thing with this quarry, that it's not the best thing, is the fact that when you use it, it loads chunks. This quarry here currently being used is actually loading 25 chunks. And actually, I didn't check something else. I didn't check. This should have really been an all-in-one chunk. I did not think about that at all. That's going to be a pain. It's easily fixed, but it's a massive pain. So, I'm actually going to have to quickly go like this. Actually, will it like? I should keep going. If not, I'll fix it. But yeah. So, as we can see, it started to mine. If this doesn't work, I've obviously gotten it wrong. But I think for what it is now, it should work. If it doesn't and it starts to turn off, I'll come back and I'll sort it out. But I'm pretty sure that it should work, and it'll start to get me materials. As you can see, it's going very quickly. It's got the issue that there's a couple of mountains over here, but it'll clear these out, it'll mine down, and it'll get me all the materials. There may be an issue with algae, which I'm not particularly wanting, so I may end up having to do a sorting pipe of some description, or maybe a diamond pipe, and I'll just take the ores that I want. Although, thinking about it, I'm not too fussed. If it starts to spew things out back at home base, that's not the end of the world. It'll just mean that I've got a bit of mess to clear up. But yeah, so back to my original point, as I was discussing before I got sidetracked there completely. The quarry will obviously mine, and it loads 25 chunks all at once. That is an unfortunate side effect of this. It will mean that there's an issue with it's not lag busting as much as I'd like it to. However, when I start to upgrade and I move into the Ender Quarry, that will be a bonus for a lot of reasons. Mainly, the main reason that I'm going to find is that it only loads the chunk that the quarry is in and the chunk that it's mining. Now, again, it'll do the 64 by 64 blocks. It'll mine in that section like this, however, it only loads the 2 chunks that it's using. Which is, again, it's a massive lag buster. It's massively brilliant for servers. It keeps your server running, doesn't slow it down, won't slow the people's game down. And, you know, I'm all about that. I'm all about running this at the least amount of lag possible. Because, you know, I mean, I'm running this on my home server now. This is completely my own home-run server. It's not online. I'm not playing with other people, unfortunately, because I just couldn't find a server at the time. But I mean, I'd love to, if you guys want to invite me to your servers, I'm more than happy to pick up sticks. I mean, I've not done too much at the minute. I'm not massively too far in that I wouldn't mind jumping to a server. I can start recording with some of you guys. You can suggest some ideas for me, where you think the channel should go. What I should do with the next part of the episode. I mean, it'll take me a bit of time to get back up to here, and that's a price I'm willing to pay. I'm happy to do that for you guys. I'm happy to take all that extra time for you if that's something you want. If it's not, I'm more than happy just to leave it, and we'll keep going on the single player server. And I'm just going to sort of give you guys advice on how to lag bust as it goes through. And like I say, it's not the end of the world. I can just do it from here. I don't mind that. It's perfectly fine. This is just something for me to relax with. It's not something to worry about. And it's quite nice to think that if I've got this turned off, it's not going to start to overwhelm everything, because it's all turned off. It's not going to keep running. It's not going to break the entire system down because it's on a server where it's constantly going 24/7. So that's today's episode. My next plan, I think, in the next episode is to start making a weather farm of some description, which will probably involve using a mob grinder, because I'm going to want to make an angel ring, which is the free method for flying. This, hopefully, I'll talk about more in the next episode. I'll show you guys. I may start to move into some of the other mod packs past these, like maybe Forbidden Magic of Britannia, as I've never done those before, and that's something I want to look into. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you, hopefully you like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't like it, I'm more than happy to take criticism. It's all fun and games, in my opinion. So thanks for that, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.